Hi, thanks for watching BibleMountain.com. It's very natural for us humans to want to fit in and be just like everyone else. But we Christians should not do that. Exodus 28 tells us that Aaron and his sons were set apart to be different from everyone else. And then 2 Timothy 2 tells us that we Christians are set apart to be different than the world. And so that tells us that we Christians need to do something to mark us as Christians. So let's take a look at this. Let's read in Exodus 28. The context of this is God has the Israelites at Mount Sinai. He is giving them the Mosaic Law. These verses are part of a section where God is giving instructions on the priesthood. So let's start reading at verse 1. Then bring near to yourself Aaron your brother and his sons with him from among the sons of Israel to minister as priests to me. Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar, Aaron's sons. You shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother, for glory and for beauty. You shall speak to all the skillful persons whom I have endowed with the spirit of wisdom, that they make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister as priest to me. So first, notice the word holy garments. God was telling Moses to make some garments. These garments were supposed to be glorious and beautiful. They were supposed to be made by skillful persons. And the purpose of these garments was to consecrate Aaron and his sons. The idea of consecrate is to set someone apart. The purpose of these garments was to set apart Aaron and his sons and identify them as being priests. These garments were going to be very expensive and elaborately made, and so when the Israelites saw Aaron and his sons wearing them, they would know right away that Aaron and his sons were the priests. Verse 4, These are the garments which they shall make: a breastpiece, and an ephod, and a robe, and a tunic of checkered work, a turban and a sash, and they shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother and his sons, that he may minister as priest to me. They shall take the gold and the blue and the purple and the scarlet material and the fine linen. They shall also make the ephod of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet material and fine twisted linen, the work of the skillful workman. So notice they were using material of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet. So this would have been a very colorful garment. And then notice they were using fine linen. That speaks to the quality of these materials. Verse 7. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces, joined to its 2 ends, that it may be joined. The skillfully woven band, which is on it, shall be like its workmanship, of the same material, of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet material, and fine twisted linen. Notice the word skillfully. These garments were made with skill. Verse 9. You shall take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 of their names on the one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the other stone, according to their birth. As a jeweler engraves a signet, you shall engrave the 2 stones according to the names of the sons of Israel. You shall set them in filigree settings of gold. Notice the word engrave that occurs 3 times. That also speaks to the skill that went into making these garments. We see a reference to filigree settings of gold. Filigree would have taken talent and skill to make, and then also gold was an expensive material, which speaks to the value of these garments. Verse 12. You shall put the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as stones of memorial for the sons of Israel, and Aaron shall bear their names before Yahweh on his 2 shoulders for a memorial. You shall make filigree settings of gold and 2 chains of pure gold. You shall make them of twisted cordage work, and you shall put the corded chains on the filigree settings. Notice the reference to chains of pure gold. Again, that speaks to the value of these materials. So again, the point of these garments was to set Aaron and his sons apart. These garments were elaborate and colorful and beautiful and skillfully made. They were valuable. And anyone who saw Aaron and his sons wearing these garments would know that they were the priests. And that's a picture for us of what we as Christians should look like in our culture. So let's take a look at 2 Timothy 2, verse 20. Now in a large house there are not only gold and silver vessels, but also vessels of wood and of earthenware, and some to honor and some to dishonor. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from these things, he will be a vessel for honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work. Now flee from youthful lusts and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart, but refuse foolish and ignorant speculations, knowing that they produce quarrels. Now there's a reference here to large houses, and a large house had both gold and silver vessels, and also wood and earthenware vessels. Then we see the words honor and dishonor. The valuable vessels, the gold and silver, were for honorable use. The other vessels, the wood and earthenware, were for dishonorable use. Now likewise, the verse goes on to tell us Christians to cleanse ourselves. And when we cleanse ourselves, then we are honored and we're sanctified and useful to the Master. And then notice the word flee. We are told to flee from youthful lusts. Then notice the word pursue. We're supposed to pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace. And then we see the word refuse, which tells us to refuse foolish and ignorant speculations. And so this is telling us as Christians, we should cleanse ourselves and behave in ways that identify us as being Christians. So again, as humans, we naturally want to fit in and be like everyone else, but we shouldn't do that. In Exodus 28, we see this picture of Aaron and his sons who wore these garments that identify them as being priests. It set them apart as being priests. And then 2 Timothy 2 tells us that we Christians are supposed to set ourselves apart as Christians. And that means that we Christians need to do something that sets us apart. We need to do something that marks us as being Christians. If you haven't joined my email list yet, please do so. First of all, it is free. This gives you immediate access to all my free content. This is the best way to make sure you don't miss out on any of my free content. In order to sign up, go to BibleMountain.com, click on follow. There would be a place there to enter your email address. Once again, thank you for watching BibleMountain.com.